My name is Reverend Aaron Anderson. I'm the CEO at Logos Academy, but more importantly than that, I'm a dad of 6 kids, and my wife and I have been raising our kids here in the city for the last 12 years right here. I've been given the honorable task this morning of keeping this inauguration moving, which is really important given the very cold temperatures. And so with that said, Mayor-elect Helfrich and gentlemen, I welcome you to these inauguration ceremonies of the 25th Mayor of York City, Michael Ray Helfrich. This inauguration is an important moment in the life of our historic city. It represents to look forward and to see the critical importance of our work in the present moment. As we look back, I'd like to suggest that we reflect not on our distant historic past, but on our recent past, specifically the last 8 years of our mayoral administration. One of York's very own daughters, the first African-American mayor of the city of York, Mayor C. Kim Bracey, has served our city with vigor, with grace, and with dignity. And during her tenure, yes, that's appropriate. During her tenure, York City has seen millions of dollars invested in public-private partnerships in the redevelopment of our downtown. And recently, S&P Global Ratings gave us another favorable nod to our city's financial conditions. She has helped us, like so many other third-class cities, face our challenges head-on. And so today, as the baton is passed, the city of York and Mayor-elect Helfrich inherit the progress that Mayor Bracey has helped us achieve for the last 8 years as our city's Chief Executive Officer. And so we say thank you to Mayor Bracey. We owe you a debt of gratitude and honor for your tireless labors and your service, and may God grant you favor on your next steps. We've looked back. I'm certain that in his speech, Mayor-elect Helfrich will be looking forward, so allow me to make a brief comment about the critical importance of the work in our present. Our nation and our city are at a crossroads currently, a fork in the road. And on one side is the low road, the road that many have in the last 2 years in our country have traveled, and that is the road marked by tribalism, by division, hatred, and violence. The low road is marked by pettiness, anger, violence, poverty, and community decay. That road leads to a place where some experience the fruit of the city's labors, while others are left impoverished at the city's gates begging for scraps. But on the other side of that fork is the high road. The high road is marked by inclusion, unity, love, peace, nonviolence, and hard work enjoyed together. And that leads to a place where all share in the peace and prosperity of the city's labors, where all benefit, where all have a fair shot of achieving for themselves and their families. The book of Galatians in the New Testament says that we should let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. The voices of division and hatred will call us down the low road of divisive and petty politics and self-focus. And we must not stumble down that road for ourselves and for future generations. But there is a higher voice calling us to the high road that leads to a land and a city flowing with abundance and prosperity for everyone. And there we can enjoy those fruits together. It's not an easy path. And yet York City is at a critical moment in that road. The sign down the low road says, "Get yours," but the sign down the high road says, "We will reap if we do not give up." Mayor-elect Helfrich, you campaigned on the desire to be a leader of the community. Today, all eyes are upon you, and we are ready to work with you, to support you as you lead us and keep calling us down the high road. So let us join together as we pray. Almighty God, you are the one who marked out the exact time and places that each one of us should have it. You are familiar with York City, her streets, her successes, her struggles, her sons and daughters. You know every victim of violence. You know those who commit injustice and exploitation. You know the numbers of hairs on our heads. Before your watchful, caring eyes, our city is laid bare, and so we come, O God, to you to give you thanks for the gift of this city. We thank you for its diversity, for its vibrancy, and its enduring spirit. We give you thanks for Mayor Bracy and ask that you would bless her. And at this moment, we pray for our brother, our friend, Mayor-elect Michael Ray Helfrich. We ask that you give him a spirit of wisdom and humility, that you would surround him with wise and godly counselors, that you would give him courage, endurance, and the blessing of seeing peace and prosperity reign in York City. In the coming days, God, we ask that you would protect him. And may this city be known for its unity, peace, and love, as a city that always takes the high road. And as a minister of Christ, I'm reminded of Jesus' prayer, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. And all God's children said, Amen. At this time, I would like to invite you to stand together, as you already are, as Officer Brittany Brooks of the York City School District Police Department sings the national anthem. At this time, it is my privilege to welcome the Spanglish Cultures and Art Group led by Mrs. Dolores Minaya. At this time, I would like to introduce to you Latino community organizer, Mr. Lou Rivera.
Hola, bienvenidos. Feliz Año Nuevo. My name is Lou Rivera, and I represent El Centro Hispano, Jose Hernandez of York. I also serve as the Director of Premium Services and Catering with Legends Hospitality at People's Bank Park, home of the York Revolution. My husband and I are not only proud Puerto Ricans, but also proud residents of York City. It has been an honor for me to serve on the 25th Mayor's Transition Team and Inauguration Committee. Our next mayor has been an unapologetic supporter of the Latino community and is committed to strengthening the relationships of the different cultures that make up the fabric of York City. As many of you know, 4 months ago, Puerto Rico was struck by Hurricane Maria, the most devastating and catastrophic natural disaster to ever hit the island. Since September, the island still suffers from a lack of food, water, electricity, and basic human necessities. This crisis has led to an influx of Puerto Rican immigrants right here in York and our surrounding communities. In many cases, these fellow Americans seek our assistance with basic human needs. Since then, El Centro Hispano has been actively involved in 2 relief efforts and is now co-sponsor, along with the City of York and the York County School of Technology, in Puerto Rico Se Levanta 2018, 21 Days of Giving relief effort, which kicks off this Friday, January 5th, 2018. Our new mayor has been a staunch and vocal supporter of this relief effort and has taken time out of his busy schedule to not only help promote the event, but also sit in on an organizational meeting, further proving to me that he truly walks the walk and is here to support all groups of people in our strong York community. Whether he's volunteering by serving hot food on Sunday mornings at Union Lutheran Church, cleaning up the Codorus Creek, attending multicultural church services, including Spanish Mass, where he has been brushing up on his Spanish skills, sí, señor, or dedicating his time to the various nonprofits that he supports, Michael Helfrich is a man that the people have seen in action and will see in action for the betterment of our multicultural community. Beginning today and throughout his administration, the Puerto Rican community will honor Michael Helfrich as an honorary Boricua and has gifted him with a Puerto Rican tank top, which came directly from the island and which I would suggest he does not wear today, as this is not Puerto Rico weather. With that, it is now my pleasure to introduce the Honorable Stephen P. Linebaugh, who will administer the oath of office, followed by a speech from the 25th Mayor of the City of York, Michael Helfrich.
Speak into the microphone, we can hear you. Raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, Michael R. Helfrich,
I, Michael R. Helfrich,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and I will fulfill the duties of my office
and I will fulfill the duties of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Mayor Helfrich, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
Right back.
Where's George Moore? I saw him come in there. There he is. He's the one that came up with that. Thank you all for being out here in such chilly weather. Excuse me, frigid. Hace muy frío. Mucho frío? Muy frío. It's cold out here. So I'll try to be quick, but I certainly have a lot that I want to tell you about. But I promise not to keep you much longer. Today, I received the greatest honor of my life. But unlike awards that might hang on the wall or trophies that sit on the shelf representing the work that has already been completed, this honor is a contract with you for future work that I must now complete. It is a pact to give you every ounce of energy I have in me, an indenture that says I am yours for at least the next 4 years. This promissory note requires me to implement the plans and proposals that I've shared with you so many times over the last year. First on the list is the Healthy Neighborhoods Initiative, a combination of strategies to build up our services in every neighborhood to get families and kids everything they need to be healthy and prosperous, from activities and tutoring for kids to career training, assistance for moms, and hot meals for seniors. We have amazing organizations, businesses, and people doing great things in York City. It is too cold to list them all now. I see some of you representatives out there, and Aaron over here, thank you. Thank you all, Matt Carey, thank you all. But I want to thank you all in advance for the work we will be doing together. But even with the amazing dedication and sacrifices by so many, we can see that we have not yet done enough. As I said during the campaign, I didn't run for office to be the mayor of a government. I'm here today to be the leader of a community, of our York City family. This is how I think about York City. All of my brothers and sisters, the grandparents, and the children. And we must work together to transform our city into a place that nurtures and develops our children and families. We must always place the needs of our children, our elders, and the ill and disabled first. Notice that I am saying we a lot. Making York a healthy, safe, and prosperous city is not the work of one person or even all of the people employed by the government. This is a job for all of us. In times of need and tragedy, Yorkers have always stepped up to help. From the Battle of Bunker Hill in 1775 to the current tragedy in Puerto Rico, Yorkers have traveled around the globe to help others in need. We have sacrificed our lives to defend and improve the lives of others. But I challenge you today. With all of our compassion for people around the world, we continue to allow suffering right next door, right down the block, right in our schools. Again, this is not a criticism of you who give of yourselves every day. It is a call to action, a call for each of us to do more. I hope some of the folks that I've asked to be here are out here. When you hear your name, if you can come forward, that would be great. I've had the honor of working with many in York City that put their own needs second. I have invited a few here today that work to help our kids. April Collier, with her many efforts to help kids, including G's Juke Joint and the League of Exceptional Individuals. Antoine Dorm of Stick and Move Boxing. Richard Craighead of Inclusive Arts Movement York. I also want to acknowledge Donna Watkins, our beloved reading bug. She couldn't be here today because she actually injured herself while carrying one of the hundreds of boxes of books that she has distributed to our children. So I want to share a little surprise with you guys and the rest of you. First, I would like to invite everyone to the Inauguration Saturday benefit for York City's youth programs. This Saturday is the party. The Saturday evening, we will celebrate the city's new direction with fundraisers for our youth around downtown. There will be free entertainment and opportunities to donate to the above-mentioned charities by going to Collusion Brewery, the Handsome Cab, I saw Robert out there, thanks Robert, the First Capital, and the Holy Hound. So I hope to see you out there between like 7 and 11, 12-ish. out there on Saturday night. Let's celebrate York. And in addition, I will be donating 10% of my salary to the organizations that support healthy families and safe neighborhoods. I will be starting this tradition by donating to Stick and Move, the League of Exceptional Individuals, Inclusive Arts Movement of York, and the Reading Bug. Anyone wishing to join me in donating can contact us. You know where to find us. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Get back by the heaters. Just because we must focus more energy on ourselves doesn't mean we forget family and friends that live elsewhere. And Lou already did a good job back here, but I'm going to give it a second plug. I want to thank my friend Lou Rivera and Delma Rivera, Jose Santiago, Jose Colon, and many others for their work in helping to get supplies to the survivors of Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico. I don't think many of us can imagine living for 4 days without electricity, let alone 4 months. The City of York is only one partner among many in supporting the 21 Days of Giving for Puerto Rico, starting this first Friday. The holiday season may be waning, but there are still many, both here and abroad, that need our compassion and generosity. To complete this section on our Healthy Neighborhood Initiative, my first action as your mayor is to reserve 9 parking spaces right here by George Street for Family First Health, so that those in need of medical care do not have to walk from the parking lots back on Duke Street or over on College Avenue. The spot that was the mayor's parking will now be a dedicated parking space for disabled clients of Family First. I look forward to working more closely with Family First, WellSpan, the York City Health Bureau, and others to direct more health care into the neighborhoods as part of our Healthy Neighborhood Initiative. Our neighborhoods can't be healthy unless they are also safe. Our Safer Neighborhood Initiative will be led by our new interim police chief, Captain, soon to be Chief, Troy Bankert. Did the chief make it out here, Captain, Chief? Captain Bankert is highly qualified, has been on our streets for nearly 20 years, and él habla español. There he is. Would you please join me up here, Chief? I think I can call you that already. It's just a matter of a little paperwork. Thank you for joining our team, sir.
Thank you, Mayor.
I'm very excited to be working with Chief Bankert. You will see us out in your neighborhoods, walking with your police officers and the clergy and elders of the neighborhood. It is my goal that the people get to know their police officers and the officers get to know you, their clients. We must learn to trust each other and work together, or we surrender our streets to violence. I intend to submit the following to every resident of York City. We only have 2 choices of justice systems. The first is represented by our police and judicial system. It's not perfect. Sometimes the wrong people get arrested. People can get hurt accidentally, and on rare occasions, a bad person becomes part of the system and abuses their power, stealing from or harming those they are sworn to protect. It is a flawed system, but with diligence, this system can be improved. The second system is the street justice system, a system that has left 16 murdered friends and family members on our streets this past year, and dozens more shot, including a 12-year-old shot off of his bicycle right by my house. This system breeds fear, with parents keeping children in their houses and others from outside of the city afraid to visit their family and friends and our businesses. So our choice is a system that has flaws, or a system that thrives on evil. I am dedicated to doing anything I have to do to make sure that corruption does not find its way into our justice system. I am here for anyone to share their concerns, but we don't have time to sit on the fence about this. We need to make decisions now, and we need to decide that we will stand with our police. We will stand with them to end this chaos that is destroying our lives and our city. Thank you. It is too cold to go into the many details of our plans to better organize our police, residents, and business owners, but we will be reaching out to you very soon. My final topic is our 21st Century Business Development Initiative. I love our York City businesses, our entrepreneurs, our investors. I think maybe some of my favorites, Steve Billett and David Smith are out here somewhere from Ironic. There you guys are. And I believe they will have, oh no, you're closed still today, right? Okay, you're open for hot coffee afterwards. Okay, very good. I love all the people that are taking the chance, invest in York City, sweat and tears, everything they have. But we still need to do more. York City was once a place where new companies sprang up and wealth was created from ideas and sweat. Great companies like Dentsply were the rule in York City, not the exception. Our beautiful architecture is nearly all that remains of the great wealth that was once produced here. In recent decades, I feel like our economic development strategy has been to find outside companies and ask them to bring us jobs and paychecks, while most of the wealth is delivered to people that live outside of the city. I am not satisfied with this. I know my history. I know about the great fathers of industry of York City like A.B. Farquhar, who 150 years ago took his own integrity and a burnout shell of a machinist shop on Beaver Street and turned it into the Pennsylvania Agricultural Works, one of the greatest companies in the world. For nearly 100 years, wealth was created here from this one man's vision. One of the reasons why Mr. Farquhar was so successful was that he thought of all of the pieces that he needed to create his innovative technology, and he brought those pieces together into one complex. Over on Duke Street, he had the engineers, the inventors, the furnaces, the wood shop, the machinist shop, the distribution, the offices. He brought everything together in one place. And when he needed a new skill or technology, he traveled around to bring it back to York City. We can do this again. The future of York City is in the combining, thank you, yes, we can do this again. Excuse me. The future of York City is in the combining of our manufacturing strengths with our educational institutions and 21st century technology. All of the pieces to make this happen are not yet in place. We need someone who understands the goal, the 21st century landscape, and has experience and connections that can get the job done. A person like that is known as an ecosystem builder. They look at the puzzle that is the economic ecosystem. They determine what is needed to make it vibrant, and they go out and recruit those pieces. By adding new tech companies to our list of great manufacturing companies in the York area, we can create a dynamic that fosters creativity and invites people with ideas to work with us to develop them. The result of this is the creation of more than just jobs. It is the creation of wealth. I know this may not be the best example, best explanation, but I promise you more details in the near future. For now, I would like to introduce you to Skylar, if you made it here today. I know he was trying to come. There he is. For now, I would like to introduce you to our new ecosystem builder, Skylar Yost. A native Yorker, Skylar has studied economic development around the world and has most recently worked for the $20 billion company WeWork, overseeing their most successful workspace near Union Station in Washington, D.C. I've got to tell you, off the script here, I really like talking with Skylar because he's above my head. Isn't that great? He's talking about systems and tech companies, and he's got it all. He's got exactly what we need to bring us into the 21st century, and I'm so excited to have you with us, Skylar. Thank you. Skylar will join us and the York County Economic Alliance in creating a world-class innovation zone in York City. Along with Skylar, I would like to introduce you to my new Chief of Staff. Where is he? Philip Given. Philip's best skill is that he is really good at telling me what to do. and where I need to be in a way that usually doesn't make me mad. Seriously, this guy has too many talents to list. He will be the hub of our city departments and my trusted surrogate when I am unavailable. Philip, thank you for everything that you have already done and for the unlimited amount of work you have just signed up for. I'm not sure which directors have made it out here in the cold and which ones are hard at work, but I want to thank all the directors, Business Administrator Michael Dowry, Director of Public Works Chaz Green. If you're here, come on up, please. Director of Economic and Community Development Shavosky Buffalo, Fire Chief David Michaels, and soon-to-be Interim Police Chief Troy Banker. I want to thank, yes, please. There they are. This is our team. We are going to get a lot done. So call on them, call on me, because again, we're not the ones doing this. We are the ones that are going to make York better. I want to thank all the employees of the City of York. I'm looking forward to learning from you all and getting to know you better. I'm counting on all of you to help me improve the quality of services and communication that we provide here at the City of York. And I want to thank all of the residents, business owners, investors, and employees that work in the city. This is your city too. York is what we all make it. I will be calling on you all to become a great team that works together to make all of our lives happier, healthier, and more prosperous. I will be calling on you. I hope you will answer the call. God bless York City, God bless America, and Happy New Year. Thank you.